students. Today we'll continue our discussion on the topic array in programming. In the last class, we had discussed on what is a variable, what is simple or scalar variable, what is an array, advantages of an array over simple variable, in which situation does an array need to be used. And in today's discussion, we'll discuss on how is an array declared, declaration of a variable, ways to declare a variable, structure of an array, what is a string, uses of an array in a program. So, what is declaration of variable? Students, while writing a program, we have to declare variables. Actually, declaration of variable means declaring the name of a variable, its type, and the size of it. For example, if you write dim n20 as single, then dim is statement through which you can declare variable. Here n is numeric variable. This 20 is called size or subscript, and the single is called data type. Single is called single precision. So n is numeric type of variable. So in this way we can declare a variable. In programming, we can declare a variable in two different ways. First one is implicit declaration of variable. Another one is explicit declaration of variable. So what is implicit declaration of variable? Declaration of variable at the time of storing data. Remember this point. Declaration of variable at the time of storing data is called implicit declaration of variable. For example, you can see here n equals to 25. Here n is a numeric variable and 25 is numeric data. So n we have declared as well as we have stored this 25 in the variable n. Similarly, here $a is string variable and Nepal is string type of data. Here we have declared $a as string variable and we have stored Nepal at the same time. So this type of declaration is called implicit declaration of the variable. You have to understand what is explicit declaration of variable. I think meaning of implicit declaration of variable is clear to you. That is declaration of variable at the time of storing data. But explicit declaration of variable means declaration of variable before storing data on it. It is generally done at the beginning of the program and it is considered a good practice in programming. For example, you can see on the screen dim n as integer. Here we have declared variable n as integer type. Here n is numeric variable and this one is simple variable. And in the second example, you can see dim n within bracket 0 to 10 as double. Here n is array and the size of array is 0 to 10 means it can store 11 data and the data type is double precision. And in another example, you can see dim n within bracket 1 to 10. So here $n is string type of variable that can store 10 different strings. So this 1 to 10 means size of string or subscripts. So students, now you have to understand what is a dim statement. Actually, dim statement is for dimension. So by this, you can declare array or simple variable. Like here, n is simple variable we have declared using dim statement, and here we have declared $, as array with the help of dim statement. And this type of declaration we can do at the top of the program or at the beginning of the program. So these declarations are called explicit declarations of variables. And on the screen you can see dim $1 to 10. It declares array of string that stores data as given below. Here $1 can store first data or first string, that is Ramesh. $2 stores second data, that is Rakesh. So in that way, $10 last element of array that stores Sanjeev, that is last data. So here $, is called array name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They are called subscripts. And Ramesh, Rakesh, Sanjeev, they are called string type of data. And in array $1, $2, $3, so in that way, up to $10, they are called elements of array. Students, now we'll see the advantages of declaring a variable explicitly. If you declare variables explicitly, then first advantage is that you can declare all variables at the same place. Like you can see in this example, suppose in your program you need name, address, telephone number, and salary. Then all variables you can declare in this way. Like first you can see dim $10. So this is for name. Dim $10. This is for address. Dim tel number 10. This is for telephone number. And last one, dim sal 10 is for salary. And if you declare all variables at the same place, then there is less chance of repeating same variable name. So these are the advantages of declaring a variable explicitly. In my examples, I told you about string. So you might thinking, so what is a string? Actually, string means data. Like in programs, we can use numeric data and string type of data. Numeric data means all positive, negative numbers. Now, string type of data means data made with combination of alphabets, numbers, and other symbols. In QBasic, string we have to write within double quotes. For example, $n equals to Nepal. Here Nepal is called string. And in another example, you can see $m equals to 2020. This 2020 also we have written within double quotes. So this is not numeric type of data. This is called string type of data. String type of data you cannot use in mathematical calculations. Like this 2020 you cannot use in mathematical calculation. Students, now I'll explain declaration of variables and array with the help of another program. Suppose question is write a program to store 15 different numbers, then display only the even numbers and find their sum. For this program should be like this. Here at the top you can see dim n within bracket 1 to 15 as integer. So by this statement you can declare array of n where starting value is 1 and ending value is 15. Means this is the size of array where lower value is 1 and upper value is 15. Means n can store total 15 different numbers and data type is integer. It can store 15 different integer numbers. And in the next line you can see for where I have written for k equals to 1 to 15. And between for and next, input is there. So with the help of this input, you can input 15 different numbers. You can see on the screen, suppose if you supply 4 first time, that goes to n1 because first value of k is 1. So first value goes to n1. Second time loop repeat, suppose if you supply 6, that goes to n2 because second time value of k will change to 2. So second value goes to n2. Third value, suppose if you supply 7, that goes to n3. And fourth value, suppose if you supply 10, that goes to n4. So in that way, last value goes to n50. So in this way, by this array, it will store 15 different numbers. Starting variable or element of array is n1 and last element of array is n15. So first value goes to n1, last value goes to n15. In previous program, we had written starting value 0. Suppose if you supply data in that way, then first value goes to n0. But here starting value is 1, so first value goes to n1. So loop also you have to start in that way. Now you can see on the screen s equals to 0. This variable s is for sum because we have to find out sum of even numbers. And here also we have to repeat loop 15 times because 15 numbers we have to check one after another whether numbers are even or not. If number is even, then that number we have to print on the screen and we have to find out the sum. You can see here r equals to nk mod 2. So first time value of k is 1. So n1 it will divide by 2. Here n1 means 4, that will divide by 2. And if the value of r is 0, then it will print even number and it will find out the sum. So you can see here first value of n1 is 4. 4 it will divide by 2 and operator is mod. Mod will return remainder. So if remainder is 0, it will print that number, like it will print 4 on the screen and it will find out the sum using this formula. Like first value of s is 0, 0 plus 4 is 4. Second time loop repeats. Second value of nk is 6. 6 it will divide by 2. Again remainder is 0 because 6 is even number. If you divide even number by 2, remainder you will get 0. So it will display 6 on the screen and it will find out the sum. So sum is previous value of s is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. So next time value of k is 3. So n3 it will divide by 2. So value of n3 is 7. 7 it will divide by 2. If you divide 7, that is odd number, by 2, you will get remainder 1. If remainder is 1, then condition becomes false. So if this condition is false, then program will go out of this if and if block. So it won't display 7 on the screen, it won't sum 7. Next value of k is 4. So n4 it will divide by 2. So value of n4 is suppose 10. 10 it will divide by 2. So if you divide 10 by 2, remainder is 0. So it will go inside, it will display 10 and it will find out the sum. Previous value of s is 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. Value of s is 20. Now in this way, it will check all 15 numbers and it will display the number on the screen if it is even, and it will find out the sum with the help of this formula. If number is odd, then it will go out of this block. Program does not enter to if and if block. So it won't print odd numbers and it won't find out the sum of odd numbers. So by this block, it will check whether number is even or not. If even, it will display that number and it will find out the sum. And it will repeat for 15 times. So after next k, you can see print sum of even numbers and s. This you have to write outside the loop because sum you have to print only one time. So by this line, it will print sum of all even numbers. So students, I hope from today's discussion, you have understood the different ways to declare simple variables in array, structure of array, meaning of string, uses of array in different programs. For your practice, I've written some questions, so you just go through them, write in your exercise copy, and also send me email in given mail address. Thank you very much.